you want to see how I put this look together, then keep on watching. Hey queens, what is up and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to do a quarantine get ready with me, yet another. But in this video, I'm going to share some news that I received, and I'm also going to talk about how I try to stay positive when everything feels like it's just going freaking wrong. Like literally when it rains, it pours. So keep on watching and join me as I just chit chat, talk about my life, talk about my mindset, and do this makeup look. Alright, make sure to subscribe right now. Smash that subscribe button. That little bell button next to it, smash that shit too. Thanks guys. Love you. Alright, so my hair is going to probably be in the way, but I don't care. I think I just want to do like a simple one color eyeshadow. I'm gonna of course be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. I've been loving this. My daughter freaking got her little paws on it, and like you can see, she like destroyed some of the shadows and like made a mess. She dug into this gold shade. Like for that 1 second I just didn't see her, and she already had like attempted to destroy this. So like I'm kind of having OCD. This is like really bothering me, but we're gonna just work with it. My stupid outgrown nails are also bothering me, but we're gonna work with it. And I love like how positive we're being, right? Guys, as you know, I was really sick last week. I am like completely better. I almost forgot like what it feels like to feel good, but I'm finally like completely better. I'm not out of breath, I'm not sneezing, coughing, no body aches, nothing. Like I'm 100% better. So I had just gotten cleared to go back to work, and then the hospital called and they said that my father tested positive for COVID-19. And I like, it's so hard to explain like all the things that go through your head. And I'm not going to talk about this in a dramatic way. I'm not going to talk about the breakdown that I had or the talks with God that I had. But it's just insane what goes through your head. And like, that's the worst news that I could have ever gotten. For those of you that don't know me that well, I am like such a daddy's girl. Like me and him are tighter than ever. I have 9 brothers and sisters. I'm his favorite. And we are just like so freaking tight. Not only that, my dad is 74 years old. So he's a senior citizen. He has diabetes. He has high blood pressure. And it was just crazy because that's the worst possible person for somebody to get COVID. Like the elderly are the most at risk, and their chances of surviving are very low in most cases. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm just praying that my dad is going to get through this. I know that he's going to get through this, and that's where the positivity has to come into play, and the mindset that I have has to come into play. Like at first I started to think the worst, but I had to just tell myself my father is probably the strongest man that I've ever known. Like he's been through so many surgeries, he's been through so much in his lifetime, but his mind is so powerful, and he's such a strong man. He has such a character about him. Like people love my father, and he's just like, his presence when he comes into a room, it's felt. Like he's just a charismatic, beautiful, warm-hearted, like macho man. And it sucks that he's getting older and that like his health is deteriorating. And my whole point is that like he's been through so much in his life, and I know for a fact he's gonna get through this. Let me start the makeup because I just been talking. I'm just gonna try to do one shadow. You know what? In light of quarantine, let's do Homebody. There's a shade that's called Homebody. So let's do that one all over the lid. I just know he's going to get through this. And like, luckily, it's not affecting... Ew, this shade is a lot more orange than I wanted it to be. Why the hell is this so orange? He's going to get through this. I am positive he's going to get through this. He's in the hospital. It started, like, he basically got sick around the same time that I did, which is why I feel that I also had it. And, alright, let me take this off and put eyeshadow guards. Yeah, we got sick around the same exact time, and I had such body aches that, like, it really, I didn't want to get out of bed. I felt like I had no strength. It was like just really horrible, the worst body aches I've ever felt. And he had pretty much gotten sick around the same time, and he couldn't even walk, he couldn't get out of bed. Like, my father already had a lot of health issues physically, so it just, I think whatever I was going through, he was also going through, but he's a lot older, so it was just a lot worse for him. But when I went to see him, I saw him about 3 times over the week. And I, like, gave him a foot massage. I would give him a body rub. Like, I was physically trying to take care of him. Even my daughter was around him. And, like, I don't know if we gave it to each other or what. I really don't. But it's just crazy, honestly. And this is so hard talking and doing makeup. When I went there the last time, he just didn't look good. And he was complaining that his chest was hurting and that his chest was tight. He said he had pain in his left arm. So as much as he did not want to go to the doctor, like, he refused the first time we called the ambulance, he refused to go. But this time I was like, oh, hell no. Like, I'm not going to let my dad, like, just have a heart attack. I don't care what he wants at this point. He's going to the damn hospital. And thank God he went, because it turns out he tested positive for COVID. And it was really causing him a lot of, like, mental disability. Like, he was just so confused. Like, he doesn't even remember how he got to the hospital. He doesn't remember what happened that morning. That morning he fell out of bed. He was stuck on the floor for over an hour. And it's just like, it's just really freaking crazy what this virus does to certain people. And, like, he was shocked to find out that he had it. And it's just bad, honestly. I did not want orange eyeshadow. Like, the browns in this palette are really, really orange. And that pisses me off. Let me just blend it out and see what happens. So yeah, it's just, when I got that news, honestly, like, so much went through my head. And, like, I don't want to lose my father. Especially, like, he's been through so much in his freaking lifetime. So to end up, if I, God forbid, like, not even God forbid, because it's not going to happen, he's going to get through it. But, like, for a stupid virus to take him out the way it's been doing, it's, like, it's stressful. And then you can't go visit your family members when they're in the hospital at this time. Like, they're not letting people in, and it's just, like, frustrating, because his phone wasn't on and I couldn't get a hold of him. And it's just like, I want to make sure that they're taking care of him the right way, and it's just like, everything is super challenging. But getting that news, like, the reason why it was so devastating, like, aside from the fact that he is sick, is just, like, I feel like the last 6 months of my life have been literally the worst. And that's why I felt like I needed to, like, really focus on trying to stay positive and having the right mental health space for myself. Because, like, starting in October is when I went through the worst breakup of my entire life. Like, that breakup was so ugly, so abusive, just so freaking insanely bad that, like, I still can't even believe the shit that I went through in the most recent months. Like, from my channel getting deleted, that I worked so freaking hard on, my not brand new, but my year-old truck got freaking keyed all the way around. Like, just the mental toll that it took on me was insane. And then right when things started to get better this year is when my cat just, like, unexpectedly died, and I had to make the decision to put her down. And I had that cat for 14 years, and my mom gave me that cat. And my mom is no longer with me, so I felt like it was, like, the last thing that I had from my mother. And, like, it's just crazy, honestly. To, like, also just being a single mom and, like, adjusting to, like, how hard it is when you're doing everything on your own, financially and, like, physically. Like, I'm the one that cares for her every single day. And doing that while I was sick was, like, the biggest challenge of my entire life. And then financially, I'm the one that supports her. So it's just, like, crazy. So then to then find out that my dad has this fucking mad disease that, like, it's just, it's, like, sickening, because it's scary as fuck, because you just, like, you have to turn off the news at some point, because, like, you see all the people dying from it, and you don't want to be part of that statistic. And it's just, I don't even know, like, there's so many things I could say, but it's just so freaking difficult, honestly. Once I started blending this out, it's actually a little bit better. Let me pull you in closer. Like I said, I'm really just trying to stay positive, and like the best way for me to do that is to just keep counting my blessings and like trying to turn every single negative into a positive. I would say that I'm trying to like listen to like uplifting music, but honestly, like I'm the type that like sometimes I want to be in my feelings. Like I honestly listen to like the most depressing music sometimes. Like I love Billie Eilish, I love The Weeknd, like I love super depressing music for some reason, and like I just like I feel like it allows me to let myself feel whatever it is I'm feeling. Because on the outside, like I do everything to just make it seem like I'm perfectly fine. Like everything is perfectly fine. I'll always be smiling no matter how fucked up my situation is. And like that takes a toll to some extent, because like you can only be strong for so long before like you reach that edge where it's just like I'm done, I cannot take any more, I cannot take another ounce of like badness in my world. So because like I have such a strong external front, when I listen to music, like I love to just let myself feel what I feel, whether it gets me in my bag and I'm all emotional, I don't care. Just trying to stay like away from the negativity that the news can bring sometimes, and just writing things down and focusing on like the mindset. When I feel like the negative thoughts like taking over, I just like literally stop them in their tracks, and I try to just like close that door and keep myself busy. I'll either start cooking or cleaning, or I'll just do something to distract myself the minute I feel myself like getting into too deep into my emotions and letting negativity take over. But I think it's just really important to celebrate like the small victories. So like the fact that I got better, the fact that I still have a job, the fact that I have a job that is able to still let me get paid in all this time that I've been off of work. And like I know a lot of people are getting laid off. My cat died, but I tried to look at it as like, you know what, she lived like a good solid 14 years on this earth, and that's a long time for cats, and she had a very good life, and I made sure she was, you know, good when she was here. And I guess I'm just trying to always look at the positive. Like, yes, my dad is in the hospital. Yes, he has COVID, but he's breathing fine. He's starting to be more coherent. He's starting to be less confused. He sounds better every day. Like, so I'm just trying to like look at the positive of everything. Yes, I'm a single mother, but that doesn't matter because I have a good job. I have a good home. I have a nice apartment. We have a roof over our head. She's such a happy baby. She's a healthy baby. Like, I got this. I truly, truly got this. And like, this is the shit that I be like going through in my head, like these internal struggles. Yes, my relationship failed, but so what? It was a bad relationship for the most part. Like, yes, it had its good moments, but I can't focus on that. It ended really badly. It wasn't for me. I've moved on from the situation, and that ending to that relationship allows me to have new beginnings somewhere else. And it allows more opportunities to open up. And like, I'm just trying to look at the good in everything. So I'm going to mix the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation with L'Oreal True Match, because this is obviously darker. And this is in the shade N5 True Beige. So I'll just do like a combination of those two. Let me know what topics you guys want me to talk about. I'm really going to try to do a lot more like toxic talks, relationship videos, story time videos, things like that. But if there's anything specific that you want me to speak on, please let me know. Also, make sure that you're following me on Instagram. My toxic beauty page is like literally blowing up. I didn't know like how much of a use there was for a page like that, but I like literally find myself on that more than my main page. Like, my main page isn't growing, and I don't even care anymore, because I really don't have time to be posting like influential pictures and stuff like that. But the toxic beauty page started off as therapy for me, and it's just growing into something bigger than I even imagined when I started it. Do some concealer. I don't know how much more talking I'll be doing. The concealer that I'm using right now is the Maybelline Master Conceal. This is also too light for me, but we're gonna make it work, and this is in the shade 10 Fair. I'm still gonna use the Milani Conceal and Perfect and just highlight like the other areas of my face. Is Ulta closed? I don't even know. I'm never gonna take just going to the store for granted. Like, now that my father tested positive and the fact that I was with him 3 days this week while he obviously already had it, like, I'm really just quarantining myself right now even more than I was before, because it's one thing to just kind of think you have it versus like finding out that somebody in your close circle has it. And I just, God forbid, don't want to, I just keep getting like a mess in this corner. What the hell? I don't want to, God forbid, like spread it even though I don't have any symptoms. My job quarantined me for another week, and they said just to keep monitoring myself, even though I was supposed to go back to work on Monday. They want me to just keep monitoring myself and make sure that I don't develop any new symptoms and things like that. But like I said, I'm very grateful that I even have a job and that I'm not getting laid off like many people are, or that I'm not like struggling to go get through unemployment and things like that. And I have food in my house, and we're just trying to stay positive, all right? Whew. For the contour part, I'm using NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer in the shade CW08. I might just do the rest of my face off camera and then just kind of wrap this video up, because the main thing that I wanted to just talk about was trying to stay positive throughout everything that I've recently been through, and just telling you guys where my mental space is at. You know, that was literally the focus of this Get Ready With Me. I have such a big forehead. Did get a new blush. I really needed one. In my last video I kept saying that. This is the Milani blush in the shade 13 Wild Rose, so I'm going to be using that. But I think I'm going to just do that. I'm going to go ahead, finish the rest of my face, some eyeliner, throw some lashes on, and then just wrap this video up. So we'll be back. Is there a rule? I feel like I jinxed myself. Is there a rule that like you shouldn't put setting spray right after you apply your lashes? Because I noticed every time I do, the lash actually ends up coming up. I don't know why this hair is looking greasy, but this is a wrap for this Get Ready With Me quarantine edition. Again, I know you're gonna get sick of these, but this was a Get Ready With Me and how I'm trying to stay positive when the world is going to end. So I thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, leave video suggestions in the comments down below. I love you, queens. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye guys, toodaloo.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.